Okay, this is Algebra 1. This is beginning chapter of 3. This is our notes number 12, solving one-step equations. Make sure you put your name, date, and period. And then your essential question is, how do you solve each type of a one-step equation? Well, with one-step equations, usually you only have to do the inverse operation to solve for the variable, which is basically an undo, balance, and solve step that I will call it. So if I look at my first thing, it says inverse operation. It says two operations that undo each other, such as add and subtract, or you can do multiply and divide. That's the inverse operation. Equivalent equations, equations that have the same solution. So if they come out to equal the same thing, they're equivalent. So here we go. With our first examples, we just want to solve our equation. So I'm going to do the inverse operations, what I call undo. If I'm looking at the y, it has y plus 3. The opposite of adding is to subtract. So I'm going to do that to both sides, so I balance it out. Bring down your y, and it equals 10 minus 3, which is 7. Okay, if I do the second one, I'll notice that it has a subtraction. The opposite of subtracting is to add 9. I have m equals, and 11 plus 9 is 21, or 20 actually. You must show this step. Make sure you show this step. You can do the 11 plus 9 in your calculator to make sure you get 20, but you must show me this step. On number 3, this is 8 times x. The opposite of multiplying is to divide. So I'm going to divide both sides, and that gives me x is equal to, and 56 divided by 8 is 7. On number 4, I'm looking at it and see it has a divided by 5, or it's written as a fraction. I'm going to put the 12 over 1 so that I have fractions on both sides. And since this is dividing, I'm going to cross multiply, and that gives me a is equal to, and what's 5 times 12? I believe that is 60. You must show me my steps. Make sure you show your steps, what you're doing. On number 5, notice we have a fraction thing going on here. 3t divided by 5 equals 6. Well, I'm still going to just make the 6 over 1. And since this is a fraction, I'm going to treat it like I did number 4. And I'm going to cross multiply. 5 times 6 is 30. And 3 times 1 is 3. So this is cross multiply. And then I have to divide. So this one actually has 2 steps to it. Don't miss it. 30 divided by 3 is now actually 10. Make sure you show your steps. Do not skip them. Alright, down here on the bottom, make sure you answer your summary on how do you solve one-step equations. And then I'll give you your assignment.